Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Graniterock's Product Knowledge Seminar on Belgard. This is the fifth of 8 installments of our Product Knowledge Seminar classes that Graniterock will be hosting. For your information, I do want to state that we actually have been recording this event and this seminar already for future reference and playback. For those who don't know me, my name is Ernie Buendrostro. I am a sales associate here at Graniterock, and I will be your host for today. My job today as the MC is to help us navigate this meeting and make sure we are in the right place at the right time. If you have any questions during the presentation, please add them to the chat section in Teams, and we will answer as many as possible when we have time. To make the most of everybody's time and to stay on schedule, we may have to limit the number of questions that we will be answering live. If there are any other lingering questions, we will attempt to get those answered to you, along with the survey upon today's completion. For this program, we are asking everybody to keep themselves muted and your cameras off. The chat is now open, so we do encourage any questions or comments throughout this presentation. Firstly, I would like to thank everybody for attending today. Today's seminar is on Belgard and Belgard products. Our presenter for today is Chris Smuda. Chris is the Belgard sales rep for the South Bay and Peninsula area and brings over 10 years of industry experience, including product knowledge and installation expertise. Chris has been with the company for 2 years and previously with System Pavers for 9 as a design and sales consultant. Lastly, I do want to mention that Chris is also an ICPI board member. Belgard takes its role as an industry leader, and their rigorous research and development program is centered on innovation and quality. Their overreaching goal is to continue to find new and exciting ways to create beautiful outdoor spaces while maintaining incredibly high standards for their product quality and performance. Since 1995, their locally made and nationally backed products have transformed thousands of residential and commercial properties across North America with more shapes and styles and textures than any other brand. Belgard's outdoor living, paving, and wall products aren't just functional, they infuse outdoor spaces and distinct atmosphere and style. Every day, their network of Belgard authorized dealers and contractors help customers realize their outdoor dreams, and every year they strive to improve their products and servicing by offering more than 200,000 hours to research and development. By staying at design trends, they are able to provide design-forward products that homeowners can envision for their backyards and living spaces. From this point on, I will let Chris take over and start the presentation. Go ahead, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning. Let me get my screen up here and make sure I've got my ducks in a row here. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day. Basically, I'm going to go over, well, the first thing I want to do is make sure I've got my one thing set here. So hang on just one second. Won't be able to share my audio here. Okay, so turn this on. Bear with me. Technology, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about the new products we have to offer, some of the newer things we've released this year. I'll go over some of the more complicated products of our wall products, like our tandem wall. I'm going to dive a little deeper into that. I know there's a lot of questions about our new tandem wall product. So I'll have some more slides on that. We'll have a little video to watch on the installation technique as well. That'll help you. Then I'm going to dive more into discussing some of the newer products like lighting and some of our sands and sealers that we have available. And then I'm going to talk at the end a little bit about some products coming in 2022. So we'll kind of cover the whole gamut of things. There's so many more things I could talk about that are not contained in this presentation, but we're limited on time. So I really felt it was important to put the most important things in there for you guys to see. So we'll get started with our 2021 product review. You've probably seen our new catalog. This is our 2021 catalog. they don't date the front of the cover. So this is our regional catalog. I go by pictures. I can look at the cover of a catalog and tell you what year it is. So if you see this catalog in your stores, this is our brand new catalog. I'm sure many of you have gone through it. This is a new product that we just released, a new paver that we released in 2021, which is the Dimensions 18. And Dimensions 18 is a 60 millimeter paver. As you know, a lot of the modern concepts now are very popular. People want larger format pavers. They want to see something with large patterns in their modern design. So there's a 9x18, an 18x18, and a 27x18. The unique thing about Dimensions, which I'll talk about our MODULARITY product next, but the unique thing about Dimensions is it does come as a 3-piece combo pack. So they are palletized with all 3 units on the pallet, just like our Catalina Grana and many of our other products, our Avalon slates, etc. So this is brand new. We're offering in 3 colors: Riviera, Toscana, and Victorian. We'll probably add to those color palettes as we see growth with this product, but the first orders have already gone out. Here's an installation you can take a look at with the product as part of our catalog. I took this out of the catalog. And no, we do not offer that fire pit. So that is a custom fire pit someone made for Millville Wall. I wish we had a kit like that, but we don't currently. But you can see the versatility in this product is pretty unique. Here's a live shot of a job that I was on that was really the very first installation of the product in San Jose. This was done by a local contractor, Bruce Hamilton. And it's a pool deck. It's not done. I didn't get any wide shots yet because it's not landscaped and finished, but we'll be doing some professional photograph sessions with this project. It's pretty awesome. And this is the color Victorian. So a product that's been out for some time now that you probably all are familiar with is our MODULARITY series. MODULARITY series is unique in the sense that, of course, we offer our multicolored products like Riviera, Toscana, Victorian, our blends, and our Aspens. But we added another modern touch to this, which homeowners were asking for, and we brought some colors from our commercial side over into the MODULARITY series, which are the Foundry, Graphite, and Linen. You'll see them marked with asterisks. Those are truly solid colors. There's no blends or mixes in there. It's a solid color, so it gives you a very clean look. And the format on these pavers, there's a wider range than the Dimensions. You've got a 12x18, 12x24 size, an 18x18, and then a 24x24, very large format paver or slab. Those are popular also for stepping stones, for walkways. You can create, a nice modern stepping stone or walkway through like let's say a grass area or something, or over some gravel. I've seen that before. It looks very nice. MODULARITY does get sold individually. So this is not a 3-pallet or 4-piece combo. They're all sold as an individual product. So the versatility in this one, your creative mind, you can do whatever you want. You can have it all one size. You can do staggered running bonds. You can do just large squares. You can modulate this product any way you see fit or the consumer wants to have it presented. So it does have that versatility. More on the traditional looking product. This is another new product that we just released called Belgian Cobble. I don't know if all of you have seen this. This comes out in 2 colors. One's called Graphite, one's Riviera. So we kept it in the gray tones, which gray seems to be popular for some reason. I guess everybody likes gray. So this is a unique product, several sizes. Now, this is not recommended for any sort of vehicle surface or anything like that. It does not interlock. This is more of a decorative or let's say an enhancement to a project. Here's an oops, let me go back one slide. There, you'll see it's more of a decorative thing. You can put maybe around a border. I've seen it done around fire pits. It's very unique in that sense. It's more of a dressing to a project rather than the actual walkway or driveway, but very unique. Another new product that we've come out with, which was, and we got a lot of call for this, and we decided, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's bring in some column caps other than the ones that go with our walls. Let's do something that's a little more smooth, contemporary looking, and unique. So we came out with a 28x28 column cap. It is 3 inches on the exterior thickness, and then it does have a slight rise to the center. As you can see there, it's beveled to a 4-inch thickness in the center. These are all made in our Seattle facility currently. We are doing some test runs next week in Stockton. So what we're trying to do is get this product made more locally so we can have more of it accessible, maybe even get some more color tones in there. But right now we're just doing the dark charcoal, Toscana, and Victorian. These are all available now. Along with our large offerings here at Landings, this has been something else we've been wanting to put out for a while. It's been very successful in some of our other markets. And the new landings are very unique. These are big beasts, by the way. These are 6 inches thick, 48 inches long or wide, and 18 inches deep. So these are well over 500 pounds, so please don't ask me for samples. It is a really unique product in the sense you can build these beautiful staircases. It does come in graphite gray, Toscana, and Victorian, and these are in stock. Here's a great photograph. It's in our catalog. I think it just presents it really well. It shows you the versatility in that, really giving a nice look there. We are going to come out with one that has more of a smooth face. This one has more of a textured face, but I believe we have plans to bring one out that's completely a block, very smooth on the front, so you can have a completely modern look there as well. Okay, I'm moving on to some more wall product here. Getting into walls. So steeple crest. I don't know if you're all familiar with the Shelton wall system or the Shelton wall product, but Shelton wall is basically the wall you're looking at, but not tumbled. So we skip a step with steeple crest. We don't put it in our big tumblers and make it look all beat up and rustic and give it that sort of old world charm that everybody likes. And again, sticking with that contemporary feel. You just basically, we don't tumble it, so it gives you that smooth look. What I personally like about this is that you can, as you can see in the photograph, create curves. Not everybody wants to have perfectly square angles in their modern project. They'd like to have a wall that has a bit of a curve to it. So the steeple crest gives you that best of both worlds. It gives you that versatility in making curves. You can certainly make just add some shape to your contemporary design. And it comes in the Autumn, Riviera, Toscana, and Victorian. So that's sort of the simple wall stuff. I want to get into some more complex products, or a product that is a little more complex, and I get a lot of questions about it. There's a little bit of a learning curve on this one. This is the TANDEM modular wall system we're going to go over now. So I'm sure this one may garner the most questions as I go through it. I'm sure these will come through from all of you, but I'll do my best to explain the system and see if we can get through this and make you feel like you can understand the product a little bit better. What I love about it is the beauty of this. This is our ashlar face. This is a project that was done in Reno, in the Reno market, and this is also taken from our catalog. Beautiful waterfall. It is using a modular block system, so the wall's open in the middle, so running plumbing and wiring, things that you would need to create this water feature are much easier to work with to make a design like this. So there's another face that's available called the Melville face, again sticking with the contemporary feel. This is the Victorian color, which just gives you a very smooth face on the wall, so you can get that contemporary design moving for your customer or going with your customer. And then of course the ashlar face, which we saw in the other picture, is available in our Stockton facility. So let's get more into the components of this. So the modular block system, it uses several components. So you have the modular connector, the plastic connector. You have the modular block, and then that modular block has a face or a veneer, we call it, that attaches to the block to create the look you're going for, either modern or traditional with the ashlar. So the benefits of the product, really, it's easier and quicker to install than our old TANDEM system. And the old TANDEM system, you'll see in the photograph, a little illustration down on the far right, used an 8-inch connector, which was a plastic connector that held the two faces together. So that was great for freestand or for retaining walls. Fantastic product for it. But you were kind of stuck with walls, and with the modular system we can do other things. So there's more versatility to make staircases, fire pits, other elements to your design. A lot more stability during the installation. You still have to use some geogrid on this product if you're doing some very high walls. But really the main thing was to be able to build a wall and then have a matching fire pit or a step, or even build your barbecue island and face it with the same material, so you could have an outdoor space that kind of all work together in design. So modular connector, small plastic piece slides into the dovetail joint on the block. Our blocks, I don't know if all of you have seen this. I know in your Seaside store, I believe I left a modular block with some veneers to kind of illustrate and also mark them for you so you can kind of see what everything is. But they're 7 inches high, 7 7/8 inches deep, 7 7/8 inches wide, and 7 7/8 inches deep, and they weigh 23 pounds. And then again, it fastens to the block. Now you notice in the picture, there's 2 blocks for that one veneer, and that's really what we'll follow this through the whole presentation on the tandem, is you want to have 2 blocks for every face for that stability. And of course, the Ashlar tandem and the Melville tandem are the 2 styles we have now. That is currently all we offer. I'm sure as we grow with this product, we'll be able to offer different faces. And that's one of the unique things I feel about this product is that veneer is almost like think of it as a paver. We can create any kind of face, design, texture, color we want if the customer is asking for it. So there's a lot more versatility with this down the road, and we can actually create some more interesting shapes for the veneers. There are 3 sizes on the pallet. One pallet covers about just a little over 70 square feet, face feet of product on one pallet of material. There are, again, 3 sizes, and so the shorter sizes obviously would help you facilitate some curve in this wall. Now, this wall is not designed for any kind of steep curve, or you're not going to do a round fire pit or anything like that. Some of you're probably looking at a radius of maximum maybe 6, 7 feet. But you don't want to do anything tighter than that. You won't be able to facilitate the block properly, or actually create the veneer face that you want. You'll get too many gaps in it. But this is a illustration here showing you how to make the curve in our tandem wall product. This will obviously require some hands-on training, but hopefully it illustrates pretty clearly what you can do here. You can basically split the block. There is a small little joint that's already been cut into the block, so you can just hit it with like a dead blow hammer. You see in the illustration below, it breaks the block off. And then if you look inside the wall there, you can see how those smaller pieces are being used to create that curve. And again, not a tight curve, but gives you some slight curves. Here's us playing with the material. This was sometime back in Stockton. We actually had the material put on the ground. We got to play around with it. We started doing some curves. You'll notice some of the blocks if you can see here at the top of the picture, or by their feet, there's some of the pieces that we broke off. You can actually dispose of some of your material inside the block, kind of clean up the job site a little bit that way. And that's perfectly fine. You want to just use a clean 3/4 inch drain rock to fill all your voids here in the modular block. So that's us playing around with it there. So this wall does have the ability to create a batter. So if you are doing a retaining wall, you can give this wall a batter. In this illustration I'm showing you here, it's vertical, and it shows you how the plastic connector comes into play to connect the blocks. Now these blocks are just stacked on top of each other, and the connectors use more of an alignment tool. You can see that the bottom section of the block, or the connector, the handle faces in towards the block, and then you basically exceed the block a little bit, slide it down through the dovetail joint, move the block forward, and then you'll see how it, if you look at the picture on the far right, you'll see how it's just a little 1 degree setback there, and those are keeping the blocks perfectly uniform and straight on the back after you twist that little connector. So if you're doing a setback, or you're doing a retaining wall that needs a little bit of a batter or setback on it, you can do that. So basically you flip this little plastic connector around, you slide it into the dovetail joint, and then what happens when you slide it forward, you can see the illustration on the right, it gives you about just a little under 3% batter on the wall, and holds those modular blocks just a little bit back on each course, so you get that setback that you need. very unique. I think it's one of the most interesting products we've come out with as a wall product. And like I said, there is a learning curve with it, but I have many contractors that have dove into this and really are using it a lot now. They're used to how it works, and they're really able to work with it very quickly and get the jobs done fast, and they look fantastic. So the tandem modular block, this just illustrates your heights on the wall and how you achieve some strength in the wall. So a 36-inch or just under 36-inch wall on the far left there, you're just going to use a single course of block, and there is a slight batter on that. Now, if you're building a wall higher than that, we have standard engineering also available for you that explains how many courses back you'll need to go as you increase the wall height. You'll see that second one's just under 50 inches. You're doing a double course of block set behind each other. And then as you get up to a 70-inch wall, you're going to do 3 courses of wall back in the modular block. So again, we have standard engineering for it. I also have some calculation sheets. I believe you guys have something on, if you have a hard drive or a central drive, I know that I've sent over, and I can do it again, of the calculations on how to calculate the block material for these walls. It's a very easy step-by-step procedure, and you can calculate exactly what you need to build every one of these walls.
Hey, Chris, if I could jump in for just a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that. So I'd like to reintroduce that we've got Christopher Smuda with Belgard with us today. And I wanted to ask about, you talked about some of your contractors that are really up and running with this. Where did they practice? What do they like best about it? And what do they need to watch out for? What are your tips?
I think what they like best about it is once you begin your course, once you get your first course laid, we do recommend using our U-start block for this, because you are going to have a wall that's going to require some really careful leveling because you have multiple blocks that are fitting together. I think that's one, I guess, if we can jump to a watch out for, make sure that you're using a very level, you've got a perfectly level surface as you would for any wall. This one, I think, requires a little more attention based on the way it's put together. So these blocks line up properly and you have all of your courses looking nice and clean. So making sure you've got a really level wall so that these blocks stack together neatly. The versatility, I think, is the biggest thing. They can build several things on a project site very quickly. One of the things that I've heard they like is the staircase option, which we'll get into after the video. I'll show you some staircases that were built. Typically, if you're doing you've got a home with a large door, or a large door, a door with a drop to the ground, you've got either a poured in place concrete slab for steps, or you're building another cinder block wall system just out of cinder block and trying to create a staircase. This is a very easy system to stack the block and create your steps. Remember, each block is just a little over 7 inches high, so you can work with the correct step heights that you need, stay within code, those kinds of things. So hopefully those answer some of the questions. Did I miss anything?
No, that's great. And if anybody out there has some questions, don't hesitate to put them in our chat. Thanks. Go ahead, Chris.
Sure, no problem. So I'm going to get into the video. So the video you're going to watch is another dealer, but don't worry, Graniterock, they do not compete with you. They are in San Diego. So they're not in your market, but they're a dealer down there that adopted this product. And they build products too. And so I'll show the video and I'll take questions after, or it's about 3 minutes long. So we'll get started here. Oops.
Chris, we're not hearing it. Let's see. What do you think we should do?
I'm pausing the video. Are you saying, I have to mute?
Yes, to reshare.
We weren't hearing the video.
Really?
Yeah. So
I did click that switch.
By resharing and
Yeah, why don't you just back out of sharing and reshare again, Chris? Thanks.
Okay, I apologize. I did hit that. I apologize.
No worries. I know you did everything right.
I hit that little switch there. Okay, so let's we'll escape from this. Okay. So let me back out of this. Try that again. All right, switch is clicked. Let's try this again. Sorry, everybody.
No worries.
Hopefully I'm not the first one.
You're not going to be the last one. And we did practice it, so.
I know.
No worries. Okay, back to you.
All right. Oops, I opened up the wrong one here. Let me reshare a different screen here. Okay. Why is it pulling up this one? Oh, hold on a second here.
While you're working on that, I'd just like to remind everybody that we're here with Chris from Belgard. And if you've got some questions, you can enter them in the chat. I've got a couple of questions too that I'll ask Chris when we get done.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the slideshow. We're going to start from current slide here. Yeah. Start from current slide. Okay, well, hopefully this works.
Yeah, we're not getting it again, Chris. Hold on just a second. Becky's going to share.
My name is Neil Rod. My name is Neil Rodvold with Rock and Block Hardscape Supply here in San Diego. And today we're going to be talking about the Belgard Tandem Modular. My overall experience with this Tandem Modular unit was quite simple. We laid it up in no time at all. Once we sat down, got the patterns from Belgard, understood it, and started installing it, it didn't take us any time at all to get it done. The aspect I liked the most about this product was how simple it actually installed. It went up very easily, and then if you really look at the texture and the face of it, there's no comparison. Any texture, any face can go right on there. We've been looking at the same product, the same style, the same colors, the same look for 15, 20 years. I'm tired of looking at the same stuff everyone else is, and I think this coming out in the marketplace, it introduces something else that is different, a little bit different color, along with an install that is super easy and simple. And anybody, homeowner, contractor, can install this block in no time at all with very little effort. I'd recommend using this block for every situation you have at your job site. You can make a column, you can make an inside corner, an outside corner. Obviously you can go straight, but you can also make nice curves with this wall as well. So we're gonna take this unit right here. It's a backer block unit. We're gonna set it in. There's veneer faces. There's about 3 different size veneer faces, a small, a medium, and a large. It's got a little groove. You're gonna take it, slide it in just as easy as that. We're gonna grab another one of these backer blocks. We're gonna take this edge, and we're going to drop it in. Just like that, easy. These things will go in just like that. And then the next course, you just keep doing the same pattern. Just put another one on. Make sure you grab a different size face to overlap your joints. You'll continue that on. We'll put another one on so you can see it. There's the edge. Slide it in. Make sure these joints are offset. Just like that, continue on. So they make a cap to go on this thing. Cap is absolutely beautiful. It's massive, it's big. So here's the cap. Put that on there. Get the overhang just right. Nice clean texture, clean face. Finishes off the wall perfectly. You could also make a column with the exact same unit, same face, same cap. So these units all do the exact same thing. The Rock and Block family would really like to thank Belgard for all their hard work, dedication. This new innovative product is something else, and we're real excited about it. So thank you for bringing this to us, our contractors, our homeowners, and dealers like myself. We really think this is something special, and thank you, Belgard, for all you've done.
All right. So thank you for helping with the technical side of this. Should I reshare my screen now and start from the next slide?
Yeah, Chris, you can go ahead and share.
Okay, I'll go ahead and reshare. Okay. Go to the next slide here. Okay, so sorry about the little technical snafu there, but hopefully we can get through that, or we've gotten through that, and there'll be questions after that video, I'm sure, as we move on. So the columns I was going to talk about as well, you can see our use of the U-start block for this wall and the illustration on the left, and then how you can configure the blocks to make a really easy column. We do offer a column kit. Now, it's not like our old column kits that had the mesh wire and you had to do there was a specific kit we used to sell. We don't offer that kit anymore. So what you'll do is you'll buy your modular block, and then you'll use what we have is it's a pallet of medium size veneers. And so what we do is we put one size block if you're going to build a column, so you have a single size to work with. One of the things that's unique is you can use actually the other sizes to make different size columns. So the configuration on the first, on the left here, you can see you can use the block system, create a 18.5-inch column. You can do a smaller column, 15 7/8. And again, by breaking these blocks down to their smaller components, you can still use the block pieces to make the veneer attached to the blocks. Now, I haven't seen a small one like the 15 7/8 built before. I don't know how strong that's going to be, but I know that a lot of the 21-inch block systems are very popular. You can see the different ways to configure these blocks. The one on the bottom right there is good if you're going to be doing a pergola. So you could actually run a post in the middle of this very easily for a pergola or any kind of overhead structure. This was us kind of messing around with the product when it first got on the ground, just building a column. We built that probably in less than 20 minutes. We had that built. So really easy to work with. So as I talked about earlier, steps. So steps are really one of the big things that a lot of the contractors really like using the product for. No pouring concrete. So you can see they're filled with the clean drain rock, as I was talking about earlier. I think you could basically use our tandem caps for step treads if you wanted to, for a nice bold look, or you can use any other product you want for your step treads. But you can see the construction there is just the modular blocks stacked on top of each other to create a nice step or landing. Here's a step and landing together, real world application. You can see they're using large wall caps there, creating a step to that very high door that I was talking about. So this is the versatility I was talking about with the tandem block. Pretty cool stuff. This is a nice design, somebody decided, okay, I'm going to make a fireplace out of this. So here is a modular block fireplace. Really beautiful structure. There's some columns on either side of it. Obviously still under construction, but you can see how they were used for a very large pergola near a pool. Now the veneers you're seeing here are slightly different. I know you're all wondering, what is that face? I didn't see that in the other video. This is another region that offers a different type of face. And again, lines up with what I was saying before about our versatility in making new faces for our veneers and creating different shapes and designs. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one grow over the years. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Melville Wall. This is a much simpler product that we have available. It's been out just about the same time. I think it was introduced about the same time as the TANDEM modular wall system. And sometimes to get confused, you'll hear someone say, well, I want the Melville wall. And Melville refers to a style. Melville is a modern, so think M. Melville modern. So for example, the Melville face on the TANDEM system, which is the TANDEM block, is the modern face. Melville wall is a block that is a modern look, but is just basically a stackable block. So you'll look at this and see, you know, this is a very easy product to work with. It's more for gardening type walls. Columns are very easy to build. We have a matching cap that goes with it. This is in the Riviera color. Think of this as our Weston stone, but much larger and not tumbled. So any application you would use for our stackable Weston stone, this is going to fill that that spot in a modern design. But yeah, pretty unique. Here we are playing around. There's a picture here. We actually did some of these on some displays. We took some of the wall caps and integrated the caps into the wall to give it a textured or three-dimensional feel. Just to add a little, mix it up a little bit in design. So contemporary freestanding system, solid colors. We do offer it in solid colors like linen and foundry. Smooth with the chamfered edge on the vertical edges. You can use a gravity wall up to 24 inches high. Like I said, it's just for smaller type gardening walls. You can do a freestanding wall up to 36 inches. So great product, easy to work with. Each unit itself is 4 inches thick, 20 inches long, 10 inches deep. And then your Melville caps are 2 inches thick, 20 inches long, and 13 inches wide. So you'll have some overhang on those caps. And these are all available for purchase out of our Stockton facility. Here's a Melville wall I was talking about, integrating caps. We used the charcoal. Now, for some reason, we don't have the charcoal, which is now graphite. I'll touch on that for a minute. You probably all remember colors. The color was called charcoal, and I forgot to change it in the slide. We've actually switched all of our charcoal to graphite. So when you see the color graphite mentioned in any of our products, it is basically the charcoal color. It's just we've converted everything over to a standard naming system. Our commercial side called it graphite. We called it charcoal. It was getting confusing, so we're just going with graphite. And we're using those graphite caps in this wall in this picture here to give it some three-dimensional look. Here's a cap that was built. Just kind of playing around with some designs. This was at our Belgard U, and apologize, the wall looks a little wonky there in the picture, but we don't actually have perfectly flat surfaces to build our displays during a golf tournament. So we just built it on the grass here to kind of illustrate it. This is the color linen. And again, stacking those caps in there to give it a unique look. So Sterling wall, another wall product that we offer. This is a more robust wall system. This is a pin system. This is one you're going to want to use for, you know, more of the very heavy workload. You're really going to have to retain a lot of soil. Again, we have standard engineering for this product too, which we can offer you. And then it comes in two different block sizes. It is a pin system, and there is a matching cap to go with it. We just offer the two colors for now, Toscana and Victorian. We did offer another color called Empire last year, but it wasn't selling well, so we removed it from the lineup, and so now we just have the Toscana and Victorian. One of the unique things about Sterling wall is you can build columns from the units themselves, the block. You'll see that core line, or score line, I should say, down the middle of the block. You can hit that with a chisel and a hammer, or if you have a wall splitter is actually more preferred, but you can split this block and it will split perfectly down the center. And now you've got corner units that you can build a Sterling wall column out of. We do sell the column pallets to build columns, but if you're in a pinch and you have a customer who adds a column last minute, you want to get the job done, you can take your standard blocks, split them, and then create a new column from that material. And you can see you can build some really massive walls with this product. Retains a ton of soil, obviously built properly with all the geogrid and things you'd need. And our standard engineering will guide you through that. And this is what our standard engineering looks like. It does cover our Bel Air wall, Castle Manor, Shelton, Highland, and Sterling walls. We'll touch on elements real quick here. I want to go through a few of these. Weston Stone, everybody knows our Weston Stone fire pit. We got rid of the large fire pit option. We only offer the 4-foot circle or 4-foot fire pit. This is only a wood burning fire pit. We do not offer a propane or gas burning one. There are kits available on the secondary market to create a gas burning version of this, but we sell it as a wood burning version in the 3 colors Riviera, which is a new offering. Here's a picture of it. We just had this installed recently, and there's a Riviera color. This one, we sell a lot of these. Very easy to set up. Just a real quick element to add to any project. One of the more intricate fireplaces or fire pits is our linear fire pit. Not a lot of folks knew about this, or a lot of people didn't know about it, but we have a full installation guide. This is a linear fire pit that comes complete with everything you need to build it in the kit. So we even include the, I believe there's a pair of gloves in there too. So there's the glue gun, all the block you need, everything, the pan, even the lava rock is in the kit. And here's one that's been built. This is a really quick install, something you could add to a design really easily and have a great, almost like a fire table. If you look at that, it's really, really unique. We also have a fireplace, or a linear fireplace kit. This one is really cool. I like this a lot. It's easy to build. And again, the kit comes complete with everything you need. There is an installation guide. So if a contractor orders this, he'll have literally a step-by-step instruction guide on how to build this. And like I said, everything's included in the kit. Here's one that's been built inside of a dealer. I think it's awesome. I think if you had that in your backyard, in a pinch, you could throw that together in 2 or 3 hours and have it ready for your backyard barbecue. Something new we're offering is lighting. We know lighting is a very competitive thing in the marketplace. Obviously, there's a lot of options with lighting. We were focusing more on the items. I think these are the unique things I think we have to offer. The paver lights being the most unique. This is a paver light that comes in a 6-inch, 8-inch, and 9-inch version. They're designed to work with the border stone on your project. Each one of those lights is a 60 millimeter thickness, so it perfectly fits a paver, fits in between 2 pavers. And there's a little flange at the bottom to help keep the light in place. And we also do offer hardscape lighting as well, step lights or wall lights. One of the unique things, I think, maybe it's not unique, but our lighting does have the ability, if a light does fail, you do not have to replace the entire unit. You can just unscrew the light and replace the light without having to take the entire cap off the wall or anything like that. So a little bit easier to do repairs if they're needed down the line. We have 3 pillar offerings now. We only had 2 last year. In 2021, we offered the brand new Noble light, which is a much larger light and does have the option for color changing. So that's kind of a nice thing. If you have a party or you want to be seasonal with your colors, you can change the color of that particular light. One of the nice things I like about the lighting and these column lights, first, they're LED, of course, but each light comes with a template and the drill and instructions in the box. So really, you just need the drill, and it has a drill bit. I apologize, not a drill, a drill bit, and you're ready to go. All the screws, everything you need to install this, and the bit could be used on another project if you wanted. So we try to keep everything simple. We do offer 2 transformers, a 150 watt and a 300 watt. It is Bluetooth compatible, so it is you can program the entire lighting system for different scenes through a TrueScape app, which TrueScape is the brand. We do have a representative. His name is Jim Frederick, and I can get any one of you in touch with Jim as well. He's far more technically versed in this than I am currently, so he can help guide us through any technical questions you may have about a specific setup. And your contractors obviously can reach out to him. We can get them set up and get their questions answered. So moving to the kind of the end of the presentation, but some of the products that we finish our jobs with are sands. So we do offer a full line of sands. We have our Smart Sand, our Next Gel technology in that. We also offer our HP Next Gel, which the Next Gel sand product is more for your wider joints. We also recommend the HP Next Gel be used with any porcelain sand set installation that you're doing. It's a very good product for that. And then the last thing that we came out with this year, or introduced this year, was the NOCO, which stands for no compaction. And this is fantastic for all your natural stone customers when they're not compacting in the pavers. It was used in this picture I used earlier for the Belgian cobble. Of course, you're not going to compact any Belgian cobble. It's not interlocking, so you're simply going to lay them out in the shapes that you want and the way you want them, and then pour your sand in your joints and wet it. And that's it. There's no compacting, and this stuff works fantastic. Joints up to 4 inches on this product, so works very well. So last thing we'll look at before we finish here is I want to peek into 2022. We had a product that was coming out this year called Art Forms. We ran into some issues with production. We found some imperfections in the molding of the product that were going to make the product not perfect in the way it was going to be used. Being a modern, clean line product, it has to be perfectly square. And we were just finding some issues with the molds. Things weren't fitting together the way we wanted them to. We did some testing. So we decided to scrap the release for 2021. And I apologize if I brought this up to anybody and we got all excited about it, but we'd rather wait until next year and do this the right way. So this is going to be one of the biggest products that we've ever offered outside of paving, obviously, in our wall product. This is something very unique, that you can get a very clean, contemporary, modern, poured in place concrete look, and these are panels that fit together. So planter boxes, seating benches, privacy walls. We do not supply, obviously, the privacy wall material, the plants or the wood. I get questions about, do you provide the whole thing? And no, we just provide the foundation, which is the concrete product, and then we leave the decorating and the design elements that go along with it to the designers or the contractors and homeowners. Fire pits, fire tables, really cool stuff here. Furniture, I guess. You can build a seating, little picnic bench there. And the biggest thing it's going to be used for, I think, is outdoor kitchens. We've got preset designs that will illustrate exactly what you need to build these products. So it tells you how many panels you need, how many connectors that you'll need, bolts, nuts, all the things you need to build this will be on a spreadsheet, and you can order this particular barbecue. You see in the picture, you could order that. Won't be put together for you, but it will arrive with all the parts needed. Here's some Belgard rooms that were made. These are just some 3D renderings of some of the designs that can be done. I think it's very, very cool stuff here. You can integrate some of our porcelain wood planks if you want to think about that as for your floor, and then have your concrete product on the side. Very modern barbecue islands. You have the raised counter in the back, which is very simple to do with the 6x36 risers, which are also are used as caps for the planters, for the planter boxes. That's your riser for your bar height on the barbecue there. So that is pretty much everything I have today. I don't know if we've got questions, or anyone wants to ask any questions, feel free.
Again, if anybody out there would like to ask some questions, please do put them in your chat or raise your hand.
I know we covered a lot.
I've got a couple of things for you, Chris. On your art form, I'll start with the art form and work backwards. On your art form, can I just respectively suggest that you maybe mock one up with a pizza oven in it? Maybe one of those little Forno Bravo pizza ovens where you had that barbecue egg in there. I think it would be a cool look, and to have a pizza oven.
Yeah, you're talking about the one. I'll go back in this picture down here.
Yeah.
Like that.
My head just went straight to a pizza oven, which is my affliction, but other folks might enjoy that. Anyway, that art stuff, the art forms look great.
Yeah, this is we really were excited to release this year, and you know, with such a big product coming out, a big change in what we offer, we just didn't want to go, half-stepped into it. We want to go fully into it, having everything, feeling very confident about what you're going to receive on your end is right, correct, and the contractor is going to get it in his hands and be able to use it properly. we didn't want to have any hiccups. I feel like the tandem wall got a little bit of a rough start, so that's kind of why I reviewed tandem wall again today with the modular block, because that one's sort of been it's a little bit of a fits and starts. We get, a lot of people are into it, and then some people don't really know what it is, and I don't know that we did a really great job, and I'm comfortable saying that we probably didn't do the greatest job releasing that product. But with the pandemic, we had planned on doing a lot of training and on-site stuff, and all that stuff got scrapped. So this one will definitely have hands-on. We'll be doing a lot of training on this one.
Good, good.
Yeah.
I do have a question here. Can you tell us a little bit about your warranties?
Lifetime warranty on the pavers. So, as far as, are you talking about the paving products and the wall products? It's all lifetime on the material.
Thank you. And let me work you back toward pavers. Can you talk about emerging trends in pavers? What do you see for the future of that? What are some most popular pavers going right now?
Well, with the presentation, you could probably see the main thing I was going with was the modern look, and for the time being, modern seems to be, I think we have a lot more of a younger audience out there, a lot of younger people who have the money to spend on their backyards. The pandemic has certainly increased all of our business dramatically. I know you guys have probably seen a huge uptick. And so with a younger crowd, you're getting more of they like the simplicity of design. They like the modern feel. They want something very contemporary. So, and I think the smaller pavers are sort of not fading, but they're not as strong as they used to be, like our Cambridge cobbles and our Holland stones. The smaller units are sort of more of accent pieces, or they're going into the backdrop. Maybe they're more used for commercial applications because of their interlocking ability. They become more of a structural product, where the larger format stuff is moving more into the backyard space, moving the interior space into the outside space and having that flow. So large format, big slabs, simple colors, so that you can, for example, the picture you're seeing here, the Belgard room, it's mostly gray, but you're really enhancing the look with green plants and colorful furniture and that kind of thing. So I think that the trend is going to be modern for the time being right now, and large format.
Very good, thank you. So I've got another question here. Best type of sealer to use on pavers, if any?
Well, I didn't get into, I didn't want this to go too long, because we could spend some time on all of our sealers and sands and all of our cleaners. We have a whole Technoseal line of product, and we do have many different sealers that we offer. I don't know that there is a best kind. I'd say the best kind is ours as far as brand. But as far as the type of sealer, there's many. There is a matte finish, there's a high gloss, there is water-based gloss sealers. It depends on the customer's choice, because sealers are going to give pavers different looks. So if your customer wants to keep a very natural looking paver, I think you just go with either simply the natural look sealer, which does penetrate the stone more completely and does not leave any sort of surface sheen to it. We also have another one called Color Boost, which is sort of a dual product that you can use on a brand new installation to maybe brighten the colors. And again, it's a very deep penetrating sealer with no gloss. That is also used as a rejuvenator to old pavers. You can get your pavers cleaned professionally and then add the Color Boost and bring all the colors right back to their day one installation look. So that's kind of an open-ended question. What's the best type? It's really the customer's choice, what kind of look they want to have. But Technoseal would be the brand.
Well, it was a good question and a really great answer. Thank you, Chris. Hey, listen, I've got a personal question, a little bit of a personal question. Is there a tipping point, in your opinion, between what a hardy do-it-yourselfer can do and when you want to reach out to a contractor or a pro?
Well, I've got a lot of the homeowners are going to our Atlanta 800 number, and they're getting to me, and I'm finding a lot more people are willing to tackle projects on their own. But I think the limitations are when you're getting into the use of heavier equipment. Paving installation is going to be left to contractors, because you're dealing with, vibrating compactors and sands and doing all those calculations and getting the right product in the ground and geotextile fabrics and all that. I think when we start looking at the tandem modular block system, even the art forms, these are two things that could be done either by a homeowner or a contractor. And I think that would come down to, willpower or desire to want to do a DIY. Some people are very hands-on, and we do offer products that are hands-on where the consumer can buy them and go ahead and do them themselves. I had a homeowner, a couple that called me and actually built and used our tandem block wall system and built a beautiful seating bench and a fire pit. And I just gave them a little bit of instruction, gave them some paperwork, and they've sent me some pictures and it came out great. So it's a matter of your desire to roll up your sleeves, I guess.
Good, excellent. You've been great today, Chris. We sure appreciate it. Very informative. And Ernie, I'll send it back to you.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining in on today's product knowledge seminar. We do appreciate your participation. Just as a side note, I do want to personally thank Chris, Keith, and Jackie for everything they do. I couldn't do this without them. So thank you guys. Please join us next week. That would be the May 20th for Concrete 101 and Green Concrete, presented by Max Morgan for Graniterock. So moreover, you will be receiving a link if you joined us today. We do appreciate if you take a moment and fill that out so we can improve our seminars in our future. This concludes today's product knowledge seminar on Belgard and Belgard products. Be safe, everybody, and rock on. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.